It's just as important as winning the Olympics because everyone's here to support and everyone's proud that we got the victory. And it's just on to the next one. I'll put that one behind us, but I'm really happy with my performance.
You put it right up there as important a night to kick-start it like that.
I think every time I step into the ring is as important as an Olympic final. I've got to take my career serious. But winning the Olympics was priceless experience as well. And this is my pro debut. There's only one pro debut, and we ended it in spectacular fashion.
You look relaxed, you look cool, you're getting the jab working early. How did it feel without the head guard and with the little gloves on?
The little gloves feel really good. I prefer the pro game a bit more to the amateurs. Not neglecting the amateurs, but like it feels like the real deal when I was getting my hands wrapped. You know, it takes about 30 minutes to get your hands properly wrapped, slip my hands into these tight, small gloves. And it's like two guys just coming out with their heart on their sleeve trading, and I really enjoyed it.
And he was unbeaten too in 8, so, you know, not a month for your first fight.
Nah, you could see he was game. He could take a shot, you know what I mean? He's got a winner's mentality, 8-0. That's what he's in the game to do, is win. And to do what I've done, it's just the start, though, do you know what I mean? I don't want to get carried away. It's just the beginning, but we can build on that, and that's the main thing.
But you found your timing pretty quickly and got into a nice rhythm.
Yeah, people have been asking me. I've been out of the ring for 14 months, but it just shows, like, if you stay in the gym and stay dedicated, I've got a good family. I've built a really good team around me that keeps me grounded, and I just got to keep on grinding it out and keep on improving. So another 14 months in the ring, we'll see what happens. When you're in there, there's a few things that you could do better. I'm still improving, still cracking on, but it's always good to get a win because now I can get ready for November 14th, which is my next fight, and I've got about 2.5 weeks to work on a few things to improve on.
You weren't wild, though. You set everything up with the jab.
Yeah, that's the key right now is relax. Do your boxing, move, box again, move, look for the opening, attack, you know, and second round, what Tony told me in the corner is let your shots go, be sharp. You've worked your way into the second round now be composed and sharp, and that's what I've done.
A lovely two-punch combination to floor Butlin. Were you surprised he got up from that?
Yeah, man, the guy's a tough guy, you know, all respect to him. That's what I said. I like someone who comes to fight, someone who's game, and that's what he did.
Chance to see it here, Anthony.
I didn't see it.
Here we go. Talk us through that.
Left hook, right hand. It's boxing. 1-2, body shots, head shots. You know, boxing ain't complicated. You got two arms and you got to find a route to knock them out, and that's what I've done with a left hook and right.
Out again in 3 weeks. Any word on who you're going to box?
The main man here has got someone for me, and whoever it is, as I always say to Eddie, I've got to win. I've got to win. I've got to win. I worked on a few things in there. I knew he was cagey, and he was very awkward, and he's a very durable opponent. So I wanted to work into the way I was going to start my boxing. So I started off calm, and I built into the round. And what I was planning on doing came a bit earlier as I got the first round. As I dropped him, and then I went in for the kill to take him out.
You look more relaxed, like you've relaxed your shoulders a bit. Is that a conscious decision?
Yeah, as I said, a lot of things that we've been working on in the gym. It's so important to take it into the ring, and that's what we're trying to do at the minute. It's early doors, but you know, as the fights go on, you'll start seeing new things and new tricks, and as long as I'm relaxed, I can let my shots go with speed.
Do you think you impressed Larry Holmes at ringside?
I don't think I used my jab enough. You know what, having such a legend sitting ringside, you know, consciously, I'm thinking, Larry Holmes is at the edge of the ring. Let me pop my jab more, but I've got to stay focused, and as long as I get the job done, that's the main thing.
And obviously you're staying busy. Do you think you'll still be able to box in 9 days' time?
Yeah, next weekend I'll be in Manchester competing again, and I've got to just tone it down a bit, let my body rest once again. And I've really got to get up for the fight in Manchester, because whoever it is, it's going to be tough. And then hopefully I'll win that. You know, I've got a really tough opponent come December as well. So.
It's DORIAN DARCH on December the 14th.
Yeah, DORIAN DARCH is a tough opponent in his game. You know, he said some things that he's coming to win, so I really got to pick my spirits up and hopefully get the job done in good fashion once again.
You're being very busy, a very active fighter, which is obviously great for any young heavyweight, but are you getting the chance to work on new things in the gym as well, because the fights are coming thick and fast?
They come thick and fast, as I said. It'll be great the time when I can have 2 months to prepare for an opponent, look at his weaknesses, and I can really study him and try new things. But at the minute, I had 14 months off, I learned a lot, and I'm just trying to shove everything into these next couple fights, you know. I'm hoping people can see improvements, and that's what it's about. It's about a journey, a long-term journey, and it's about step-by-step improving, bit by bit. So as long as my coach is seeing that, I'm happy. Oh, man, not too great, not too great. A few things I was noticing in there when I was getting my jab going, my 1-2s going. But you know, it is the first round. Ruiz warming into the fight, and I was trying to capitalise on some of his weaknesses from early. As the round started going on, as round 2 come along, I started finding my rhythm. But next fight in March, hopefully we'll see a bit of an improvement once again.
You established a jab, but you were made to miss once or twice early.
Exactly that. And a few things, I'm not going to say all my weaknesses I made in there in case any of my future opponents are watching, but there's a few things I'm going to get back to the gym and work on. But that's what it's about, analysing what I've done wrong and getting it right for the next one.
Promoter Eddie Hearn said just before you sat down that maybe it's the time to bring in better sparring.
Yeah, that would be great, to be fair. If Matchroom could sort that out, I would be over the moon with that.
You put on more than half a stone since your last appearance on October the 5th. What's the reason for that?
No reason at all. Training, like, I've been training just as hard. But I think that when I first turned pro, it was summertime, so it was hot in the gym. I was sweating a lot, obviously. And I think as it's come to winter, maybe I'm not losing as much weight and stuff like that. So I'm growing naturally. You know what I mean? I'm not a kid anymore, so I'm going to grow. I'm going to get my man strength and stuff like that. So who knows what I'll end up. But I need to stay athletic, sharp. That's the main thing. There's definitely an improvement from my last bout, and that's what I was looking for. And I think it was clear to see that some improvements were made.
You can't find any criticism with your own performance there. You didn't get hit.
Yeah, but as we go up, just, you know what it is, just got to keep on improving. As the opponents get better, we want to keep on doing that. That's all it is.
You've not been beyond 2 rounds yet, though, in 5 pro fights. Is that a worry down the line as far as your development goes, or are you happy to be knocking these guys out?
You know, like, when people are knocking guys out, there's always that question, can they go the distance? But everyone trains hard in the gym, but I think mentally, I'm ready to go 6, 8. This was my last 6 rounder, right? This is my last 6 rounder, so now we're going to go into 8 rounds. And the opponents are going to get tougher. This year's going to be an interesting year, and there will be a time when you see me go past 2, 3, and I bet you on it that I'll be fine.
Talk us through the performance. You tracked him on the ropes. Your footwork looked good. You were stepping to the side and thinking about your work, and then that lovely left hook counter to finish. Yeah,
I think, like, I've had many receptions before in boxing, but I've never had anything like this in Glasgow, and I think I've never had anything like this in Glasgow, and I think that spared me on, you know what I mean, to get my stuff right, because I wanted to put on a performance. These are showing me lots of love coming out here, so I wanted to give it back by putting on a performance like that.
You boxed in England, you boxed in Wales, you boxed in Scotland. Now this is reminiscent of the Olympics, the reception you've got. Is that part of the plan to the British tour?
Yeah, I'd love to come back here, you know. That was 1 round. I would love to come back here next week. It was real good. So it's not about me anymore. We've got Ricky Burns coming in, and let's all get behind him and support him. It's brilliant. Look at this. Wembley, not 80,000, but there is going to be. Everyone's come out to have a good time, enjoy the boxing. I went in there to enjoy it as well. I knew he was going to come out swinging. I see straight away it was a small ring. I knew he couldn't, like, outwork me on the straight shot, so I thought, let me just tuck up and enjoy it, take a few, give a few. But I knew that he could only do that for 3 rounds maximum, so I just knew that if I didn't get tagged too many times, I'll eventually break him down. It's a 6-round fight, so I got enough time to work on a few things.
It only lasted 83 seconds. Do you need a step up in class now?
Well, potentially, I feel that I could step up. Experience-wise, I haven't gone past 2 rounds as a pro yet, so experience is really what I need. I've just come back off a slight injury. I'm back in the mix now. I'm rolling again. I'll be back out July 12th, I think it is. July 12th, and who knows who my opponent will be. Maybe he come out swinging again for a few more rounds, but I really believe that over a 6 to 8 round fight, people definitely get found out in the later rounds, so I hope the knockouts keep on coming. No negatives about boxing. I love the sport, and I was looking forward to getting in there, mixing it up again. That's out of the way, back to the gym. Look forward to August 30th now in Dublin.
Matt Skelton's a veteran. It's quite difficult to box, isn't he? A little bit awkward at times.
Yeah, definitely. I wish I had him when he was like European level, do you know what I mean? But eventually, I'll get there and I'll be fighting guys that were at his level. But definitely a good name on the record. Not much point in boxing guys that I'm going to be knocking over all the time. Matt came game, don't get me wrong. You know, and the game plan works, stuck to my jab, relaxing. Each fight I'm learning. And if I keep on progressing, I'll keep on getting them second round, first round knockouts.
You seemed to miss with the first right hand, but that gave you the angle for the second, and he didn't see it coming.
Yeah, well, I got 8 rounds, 6 rounds to get my range. Do you know what I mean? So if I can miss with 2 out of 100, I'm not complaining. It's just taking my time with things, no rush, picking shots, enjoying it. It's all about experience at this level, and we are stepping up. So as I said, getting the experience, so not much point in rushing and doing the same old thing I was doing 4 or 5 fights ago. So just trying to do something different now.
You seem to be varying the power of your punches in there.
Yeah, most definitely. I wanted to go 8 rounds, to be honest with you, because he's durable. Some shots I hit him with, some opponents that I've boxed, no disrespect, but I'm sure they would have gone out in the second. But he stood up, took some good shots, but it's only a matter of time in boxing if you keep getting caught with big shots, and that's what I was doing, is changing the angle, changing the power of my shots, and I caught him with a peach of a punch, and I got the stoppage.
You did hit him while he was down, though. That's very unlike you.
Did I? I didn't think I hit him while he was down.
You did when you see the tape. You move onwards and almost upwards now. Tell us about the sparring with Vladimir Klitschko. How was that good for you in your learning process?
Oh, the champ's in a league of his own. It just shows that there's a lot of work to be put in. You know, I'm trying to progress at a good pace, but at the same time, I know there's a big gap to fill, and there's a lot of hard work to be done. But we're on to October the 11th now. You know, it's going to be a great show. I'm back to London, and it's just another stepping stone. The champ, he told me that he had some ups and downs in his career, got them right, and that's what's got him where he is now. It's not always going to be a smooth road. Right now, things are going well, and I hope they continue that way. But like, the experience for me got me in good shape for this fight, for sure. The training is so hard. So this fight time, I get a couple of days rest. I get to enjoy everything that we've been working on, and we're in phase 2 now, so it's time to step it up, and that's where the spitefulness is coming into it.
You're throwing a lot of punches in there this evening.
It only went 2 rounds, but I just wanted to hurt him. That's the main thing. I could have boxed, but I wanted to work my inside game and stuff, and he hasn't been stopped, so I just wanted to see what he could take, and I wanted to see what he was about as well. He was a strong guy, don't get me wrong, you know. He's not an easy opponent, but I just wanted to make light work of him, really.
Yeah, he hasn't been stopped legitimately for 9 years, I believe, and not really as fast as that.
Well, you got to understand, Britain is breeding some real talented fighters, so I know he hasn't been stopped in 9 years, but I don't think he's fought anyone from this hometown.
So how happy are you with your progress? Because it sounds like Michael SPROTT will be next in November. Is that the kind of test you need, or do you need even a better test?
One step at a time. This is phase 2. From year 1, we went from 8-0 Emanuele Leo to Mr. BAKHTOV now for the international title. Phase 2, you can kind of see what route we're going in. So Michael SPROTT is the first of phase 2, and then by the end of it, I'm sure we'll have potentially another one of these, or fighting for some sort of British title, and that's what I'm looking forward to with Eddie.
And that belt guarantees you a world ranking.
Yeah, I don't look too much into that. Eddie's going to move my way through the rankings. My job is to come in here and put on a good fight for everyone that comes out to support.
I know you've got a routine when your fights go early. You're going to go backstage now and do some more work, is that right?
Yeah, I've got to go back to the change room now and do about 30 minutes of pad work, because I was scheduled for 10 rounds and I only went 2, so I've got to make up the rest now on the pads. No, I'm glad to get the year out of the way. It's been a busy year. I'm glad to be back in Liverpool again. I'm glad that I got the victory as well in good fashion too.
Should the referee have stopped it even a little bit sooner?
No. It's a fighting game. He didn't look like he was happy to get stopped. He wanted to carry on, and so did I. Now I've got to go back to the room and do another 9 rounds of pads.
You're not going to stay and watch the Cleverly Belly fight?
I would love to, but I've got to get back to the change room and cool down and finish off what I started.
A word for the reception you got here from the Liverpool fans?
Yeah, I think I made my debut on Knockout Scousers a few years ago with Stalker and Anthony Fowler and them lot. So I'm quite familiar with the Scousers as well. So thank you for having me again, and I'm sure I'll see you next year. Brilliant. Unfortunately, I had a bit of ring rust, so I couldn't display everything I've been doing in the gym. But once we get that momentum going, I'll be able to display some more sharp shooting. But what got me through as well, I've been Scotland, Manchester, Liverpool, London. I have to say Newcastle's right up there with the crowd. Thanks for all the support tonight as well.
Were there weaknesses from your sparring session that you knew you could exploit?
As I said, obviously there's a lot of expectations. And Jason Gavin is a very awkward opponent, slippy customer. He's there to make me look bad, and I think he did a good job of that. At the end of the day, I've got a job to do, and that's get a win. Hopefully, if I can start pushing to British titles, European, step by step, these fights won't really mean nothing when I'm experienced and I'm a champion.
In commentary, they said you managed to let a shot go when he was on the floor. Is that something that you need to work on just to control yourself in the heat of the moment?
He weren't on the floor, he was holding around my waist. So I think that he should have warned him for his low head. And then when he split us apart, that's when Jason Gavin let go of my waist and fell on the floor. The fight's one thing, preparation was real good. it's all about learning, you know what I mean? 12 fights in now. What can I say? I mainly wanted to come out here. This is the last arena I had to tick off the list because we've gone right the way around England, and Birmingham was lively. I just wanted to put on a great show, so thanks everyone for coming out.
Do you think that marks the first chapter of your career, your apprenticeship? Do you now feel it's onto bigger and better and tougher matches?
For me, I don't know how long the first chapter will be, but you know, I'm with Eddie, great promoter, my trainers, people that are managing my career. They'll be able to advise me more on that, but how I'm feeling personally, I'm feeling a bit more confident every fight that goes on. You know, I'm fighting this man across from me in a couple of weeks, so another little step up. I'm looking forward to it, getting the rounds in once again. You looked totally relaxed tonight, and I know there wasn't too much coming back from Zumbano, love, but was that because you did have one eye on Kevin Johnson? No, I didn't know who was in the arena until one of the security just told me now, because you know, you got to keep your eye on the prize. I don't want to look too far ahead, but these are basic things that you're taught in the boxing gym. Shoulders relaxed, a little bit of head movement. You got to flow. This ain't a 2-round sport, even though the rounds are going 1, 2, and 3. I'm training for 10 rounds, you know what I mean? So I can't go in there expecting to bomb everyone out straight away. So that's why I was real relaxed in case we went the distance. You haven't been past the 3-round marker. Are you confident that you've got the stamina and the experience now to tackle someone like Kevin? Most definitely. What will be, will be. He's trained hard. He's had a lot of notice. I've trained since I ever started boxing, so it's not like I put my foot on the gas as soon as I hear I've got an opponent. So I'm fit. I'm always getting stronger. Whether me and Kevin go 10 rounds, whether we go 8, whether we go 6, 4, or 2, it doesn't really bother me. It's a good fight, and as long as we put on a good show, I'll be happy. I really enjoy boxing. Training's the hard part of the game, you know what I mean? I get 2 days to rest in between fights. I really get my head down, play a bit of FIFA, chill out with the boys. And I come out here and perform in front of everyone that comes out to support me. This is what it's about. That's what it's about.
It's an incredible reception in London for you.
Yeah, man. You know, I've travelled around so many different places under Matchroom promotions, but this place is becoming like my home, and it's filling out more and more every time. So shout out to everyone that's been here to support, and shout out to all the new faces as well.
Talk us through the performance. The right hand was lovely, landing continually on Johnson, who'd never been stopped before. Yeah, but you know, this is what I'm here to do. I'm here to try and make statements. But my coach really drills me in the gym. And it's only right that the hard work pays off. You know the saying, hard work pays off. And believe me, boxing's a tough sport, so. And I want to dedicate that to Mitchell and John Ryder, my teammates as well, man, because that's a tough night tonight. Must have been difficult with them both losing and then having to come in here and perform afterwards.
Sorry?
Must have been difficult with them both losing and then having to come in there.
Because we all share a changing room. And it's an individual sport, but they're all my stable mates. But they bounce back. This is sport, you know what I mean? Johnson's going to bounce back. This is what can happen in the sport of boxing, but they're true warriors, man, so take my hat off to them. And good luck to Kell Brook and Frankie Gavin.
So that's 13 straight knockouts. Are the L plates well and truly off now?
I don't know, it is what it is. People say that this guy's going to test me, that guy's going to test me. It's only going to get tougher, so the L plates will come off. I'm going to fight tougher opponents. The game don't stop, so I'm just enjoying it while I'm here. There's no extra time, but credit to Gary where credit is due. Big man, had a solid jab, so I made sure I dealt with that early on, and I didn't rush anything. It's a 12-round fight, so I weren't trying to dish it all out in the first round, but I managed to catch him with some shots that were painful and get the job done.
The onslaught all started with that perfect counter right hand.
Correct, that's what I mean. So he was throwing a long, heavy, solid jab, so I just tried to slip on the outside of it and not start eating the jabs early on. And as I managed to land the right hand, it was a perfect connection, and he went tumbling down.
And then you jumped on him straight away.
That's what you got to do, you know, because if I leave it, start taking my time, it could be me on the end of them blows 5 rounds later or so.
The pressure is on you. There's a lot of publicity and a massive entrance this evening. But what about the reception you got here at the O2?
Listen, it's unbelievable, man. Like, this is what you do it for. I'm locked away. When I'm not fighting, I live a simple lifestyle. I'm in the gym, I ride my motorbikes when I can and play a bit of PlayStation. And besides that, I come out here and I get to display in front of all these wonderful people what we've been working on in the gym. So thank you for everyone.
Dylan White, your amateur rival at ringside. Did you get a chance to see his fight earlier?
I didn't get to watch it. I was warming up, focusing on my bout, but I heard he got the win. So December 12th seems to definitely be on.
Do you have a message for him at ringside?
I'm just glad that he got the W, really, because it should have been us tonight. We were scheduled to fight September 12th, but he wanted a bit more time, so be it. December 12th, the date's set. And what's he? International silver champ, I'm Commonwealth champ, and we'll both fight for the British and move on from there.
He beat you, it was a long time ago. I'm sure you want to put the record straight. Is there any relevance in that amateur win?
Oh, of course. It's so relevant, so relevant. He's 1-0. You know, it's my chance to get it back, even the score. And this is the beautiful thing about boxing. We've got so many weeks now to get strong, get fit, get our mind in the right place, and we'll be back here at the O2 to dust up again in front of all these wonderful people. Well. It turned into a street fight at the start. Lovely reception here, lovely reception. Thank you very much.
Soak up that atmosphere.
Soak up the atmosphere, yeah, because it's a tough fight. I made it tough for myself, but that's what I need. I'll rematch Dillian because I need the experience. He come out, he gave me rounds, I learned a lot. And as I said, now I can look forward. Some mistakes I made in there that I can't take to top level. But that's why Dillian was a perfect fight for this stage. You know, there's no rush. And I'm going to keep on building and building and building until I make my mark in this heavyweight division.
Why did you fight such an emotional fight? Was it because of the rivalry from the amateurs and the build-up?
It's not about the rivalry. I just knew I had the strength to knock him out. So I went for it when I saw him hurt in the first round. But you got to remember, from 1 to 4, they can soak it up. And then I found my way, found my rhythm, listened to my cornerman. And as the rounds went on, I started relaxing. And then I saw certain shots that I could throw because certain other shots weren't working. So that's why it's good to have the 12-round fight so I can perfect what I'm doing. And I had the same power I had in the first round in the 8th, and that's why I managed to get him out of there at one stage.
Great for you, as you say, getting those rounds. You need that for your career, but you did seem very stiff in the shoulders, maybe loading up a bit too much early. And then there was that melee after the first round. What's your take on that?
Then there was the
melee after the first round. What's your take on that? Did you hit him after the bell?
I don't know. It's a fight, really, so you're going to keep on punching. If someone's punching you, you're going to punch back. That's what it is. So that's why the ref's in there, to break it up, because we would have been fighting 36 minutes without no break. But that's why we got a ref. He split it up. I don't know who hit who after the bell.
As we say, a great ending. What did you prove this evening?
Not much. Just that I got the British title. And I've done it for all the people that come out tonight. So big respect to everyone that believed in me. It was tough, but they believed in me. I listened to my coach, and it's just what I needed at this stage. People say, can he take a shot? I took a couple silly ones. People say, oh, can he go the rounds? We went further than I've ever been, and I still managed to get him out. So I learned stuff about myself, and I can take that into 2016. And everyone, have a lovely Christmas, and thank you for coming out and get home safe. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You were tagged in the second round with a left hook. You recovered well, but were you hurt?
It's more to the fact that you're loading up. That's all it is. It's just emotion. So you fucking get hit, you're fucking all over the place, you get yourself back together, and then you carry on doing what you're doing. It's art boxing. It happens. You're getting hit by 18-stone guys, and you just got to keep your cool, really. That's all it was, a balance thing. You get your balance back, you keep on doing what you're doing. But there was no way that I was going to let him catch me with stupid shots. Is that my dad? I don't think anyone's ever seen my dad. That's my old man. So big up to my old man here.
Yeah.
So that's for him.
Very good. I love you. I love you.
Yeah,
that's the reward of hard work. No steroids like our friends talk about. This is hard work. Right?
Yeah, so you can see my family are happy. But we've got to keep cool because it's a long road. I'm just happy to get the British title. And now on to the next stage. It's a tough game. Shout out to my boy Luke Campbell, Mitchell, Spike, everyone who took part tonight that didn't get the decision. Just go back to the drawing board and start again. Dillian, come to fight. That's not the end of him. But you got to respect everyone. But I'm going on to higher things now after I got rid of him. So thank you again.
Did Dillian win your respect for taking so many shots?
No, not really. Not really. No.
Put it into words for us if you can.
Well, it's only quarter of the way there, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna get too carried away because there's still a lot of work to be done. We went 2 rounds, hopefully I can go back to the change room, do some pads, and I gotta keep on improving because we got people like Hay calling me out, Tyson Fury calling me out, all of them. So this is what we wanna see, so I need to improve if I'm gonna maintain and keep on pushing at a higher level.
You said earlier in the week that to beat the atmosphere of the Olympic Games, to beat the atmosphere of the Dillian Whyte fight, you'd have to go a long way. Does this top it tonight?
100%. Every fight gets better and better and better, man. The people here are amazing. I as I said, 99.9% of these people are coming out supporting myself and all the other British fighters on the undercard, win, lose or draw. So big respect to you lot. And you know I come to knock people out. I just want to give value for money, you know what I mean? And I really, really do appreciate you lot, because there was times when we were training in Finchley ABC, no one cared, and I've been grinding my way here, and I just appreciate the ongoing support time and time again.
Your 15th win inside 3 rounds. Do you believe there's a heavyweight out there at the moment that can stand up to your power?
Every heavyweight's got power. Every heavyweight's got power. But it's just about speed and precision, and it's just about locking in and staying focused. A few months back, I was in here with Dylan having a great scrap. That was one for the fans. This was one for myself. I told you that I was going to come out and punish him. I'll show him levels. I told you I'll show him levels. And this is the reward. This is just the reward of it.
Was there any fear of the unknown against Charles Martin? Because we didn't really know how good he was.
Well, it's interesting because there'll probably be some negativity that Charles Martin was easy and so on, but you know, a few days ago he was this big, dangerous southpaw. I ain't fought no southpaws. But the danger is his southpaw stance, the fact that he's champion and that gives him confidence, and the fact that he was willing and brave enough to come to the UK into the Lions Den. So that says a lot about Charles Martin, so big respect to him as well.
If there wasn't hype about you before tonight, there will be now.
Listen, regarding all the hype and stuff, as I said, I stay tucked away in the gym, and that's facts. And when I'm not, I'm probably in Asda, IKEA or whatnot, just doing usual things. And then, all the hype is good for everyone in boxing. Everyone in boxing, not just myself. So keep on embracing it. Everyone get behind every boxer, not just myself. Keep on pushing the sport. Eddie Hearn's doing a great job. Sky's doing a great job. Do you know what I mean? So keep on following the sport, and all of us. Keep on supporting us while we're here, because it don't last forever.
That belt makes you a target, though, for every other heavyweight in the world. Are you ready for that?
I told you, they've been calling me out since last year, so it's nothing unusual. I'm going to keep on grinding. I'm going to keep on working hard. And once we step in this ring, trust you, trust me. I'll be ready. I'll be ready.
Final word to you, Anthony. Britain's 9th heavyweight world champion. Say what it means to you, to this crowd here and everyone watching at home.
Well, firstly, got to give thanks to God. You've got to give thanks to your family. Got to give thanks to everyone that's supporting you along the way. And I've got to give thanks to everyone here. But as I said, I don't take no nonsense from no one, but I'm humbled. You know, I'm very, very humbled. And for myself, anyone's dreams are possible, man. Anyone in that gym, in their local ABC, fighting in novices, ABAs. I've got a load of my pals in the GB qualifiers. We're all going to do it. Just follow your dreams, man, and get behind everyone. That's all I advise people today. Just keep on supporting everyone.
And the new, well done.
Family first, you know what I mean? But who can I put second? Thank you for everyone coming out tonight. Much appreciated once again. And all the fighters that made it a sick undercard. And Eddie Hearn, of course, once again. And Sky Sports and Showtime.
Talk us through the performance. Many thought that Dominic Breazeale wouldn't be able to stand up to your power and speed. But were you grateful for the opportunity to work on a little bit more of your boxing skills?
Well, it's hard because you can see they're hurt with every shot. Well, not every shot, but when you start catching them flush, they can feel the shots with these 10-ounce gloves on. So just a matter of time, and in the process, I didn't want to be receiving any haymakers on the way back. Also, it's been tough. I had 2 weeks off after my last fight and got straight back in the gym. So it was tough. I get a nice little break for once, and then I can come back with recharged batteries.
You're live in the States tonight, coast to coast, against another unbeaten opponent. Yeah. We know Deontay Wilder was watching the fight as well. Have you got a message for him, the WBC champion?
Unbelievable, inspirational person. He was patient, 30-year fights, got his hands on the WBC. I'm following suit. I'm making my waves in the US with Showtime backing me as well. So he watched that, and he can pick up whatever he wants to pick up from that. But it's so different when you're in the ring with each other. So one day we'll get to experience what each other's about.
I know you'll sit down with your team and you'll talk about future opponents, but who do you want to fight next? Is it the likes of Joseph Parker, the young New Zealand heavyweight?
Well, I think it's going to have to be the likes of Parker. I was really looking at, you know, the Furies, either one of them. Unfortunately, I hope he gets better soon. He hurt his ankle, unfortunately, which has postponed it because I was hoping to get that sometime in the winter if everything went well July 9th and like it did tonight. But we're going to have to reschedule that, and in the meantime, we can look at other opponents like Parker, if he's vacant, or anyone else that the people want.
I know you've always said it, you're not the finished article. What do you think you still need to work on?
Rest. I need to rest. I'm tired, I'm working hard, and as I said, now I can get some rest and recharge my batteries and start fresh again.
Just finally, the white trunks, the Ali tribute. Was that a fitting end for the great man who passed away, the first heavyweight world title fight since his passing?
Oh man, inspirational person. Do you know what, when you're in here, when I'm watching Ali on the YouTube videos, it looks so easy what he does. I come in here and try to move, my feet ain't going anywhere, so it just shows you how talented the man was. And not only that, he was such an inspiration outside of the ring, so it's going to take time to get anywhere close to that, but all I can do is try, you know what I mean?
Just a word on these fans, you've had a great turnout all week at all the events.
Unbelievable turnout. I don't know how long this is going to keep on happening for, but Eddie, please, keep the ball rolling because I'm enjoying this. This is my moment and I'm just taking advantage of it.
Well done, and still IBF heavyweight world champion.
Thank you very much.
Anthony, good to see Rob McCracken on your shoulder there, the first fight of this new partnership. Let me talk about the fight first. Eric Molina, everybody was talking on paper that it could be a potential banana skin with everybody talking about the future. Disaster averted for you tonight.
Disaster or?
Averted.
I don't even know what averted means.
Avoided. There was no disasters for you tonight.
No disasters. But, you know, he was trying to tee up with some haymakers, excuse the pun. But, you know, that's heavyweight boxing. They look for the shots to try and stop you. I bet I was patient because, as I said, people are fresh early on. And we move on. It's not the end of the story yet. We're still on that grind. So we get back to the drawing board and move on to 2017.
Taking nothing away from Eric Molina, but were you surprised at his negative tactics tonight, or did you simply not allow him to get into the fight?
There's two types of thing they can do. You can get a Dylan and Derek type of fight, or you can get someone who comes in the ring like Eric Molina. So it's hard though dealing with a negative fighter who's not giving you many options, because someone who's boxing with you can give you opportunities. Someone who's waiting on the back foot, you've got to create them. So I just had to be patient and create the opportunity. So no problem. It's a style that you've got to deal with, and there'll be many more when I step into this ring.
Do you feel that you've got that fear factor about you now, though, that some opponents are beating themselves before they get into the ring with 18 straight knockouts?
Nah. These opponents, like, because I'm not one to talk, but I'm not one to mess around. But still, if I also start talking, I think they'll realise what I'm really about. But it's like that, until you step in the ring with someone, you don't know what you're facing. People go off the past, like when I was an amateur and stuff like that, but I stayed consistent, I've stayed dedicated, and I'm still not at my peak yet. So, you know, the longer I keep on training and staying in the gym, the better I'll become.
It's a strange mix that you're heavyweight champion of the world, but I think in your own words and Rob McCracken's words as well, you're still a heavyweight in progress. Are we seeing developments, especially now you are working with Rob McCracken, your old amateur trainer?
Yeah, man. Like, all the coaches that I'm working with are putting in an effort. You can't just forget, like, the nutritionists, the physios, the medical team, McCracken, Sims, Seltz, Max. The list goes on, do you know what I mean? So everyone that's putting in work is really producing what they're seeing in the ring right now.
Okay, let's move things forward to the future. Do you feel now that after that defence of your title, a relatively straightforward defence, that you're ready to step up to the next level of opponents now? I can see an array of heavyweights at ringside.
No problem. Well, what can I say? First and foremost, all right, let me switch up. 19-0, 3.5 years in the game. As I said, I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. And if you don't take part, you're gonna fail. So I wanna give a massive shout out to my trainer from Finch ABC, all the trainers at GB Boxing, because from the ground up they developed me to now. I want to give a massive shout out to, I hope there's 90,000 people here already, to 90,000 people in the arena. And lastly, as boxing states, you leave your ego at the door and you respect your opponent. So a massive shout out to Vladimir Klitschko for taking part.
How much respect do you have for this man here?
Okay, I'm not gonna say too much because I don't know if he wants to come back and fight me again. But I got, in the terms of the Boxing Hall of Fame and the boxing arena, he's a role model in and out of the ring. And I've got nothing but love and respect for anyone that steps in the ring, including Vladimir Klitschko, Vitaly Klitschko, Jonathan Banks, Robert McCracken, Tony Sims, Max McCracken, Peter Sims, Seltzer, Freddie Cunningham, the list goes on. You can hear
I'm a little bit emotional because I know I got doubters that think that I can't do this and do that, but I dig deep. It is what it is. As I said, if you don't take part, you're gonna fail. So just give it a go, and you never know the outcome. London, Ukraine, Germany, thank you. I love you all. Thank you very much.
Anthony, break the fight down for us and how you thought it was going, including the knockdown in the 5th, and then you were down in the 6th.
Well, you know, this is boxing. I'm only gonna improve. You know, like, look, sometimes you can be a phenomenal boxer, but boxing's about character. And when you go to the trenches, that's when you find out who you really are. In this small little ring here, there's nowhere to hide. And as I said from the get-go, it will be a boxing classic and the best man will win. That's all it is. There's no complications about boxing. Anyone can do this. Anyone can do it. Just give it a go. As I said, it's about character. Find what you believe in, what you're good at, and just give it a go and keep on digging, digging, and digging.
How deep did you have to dig in that fight?
It is what it is. You can see I come out and I won. That's how far I had to dig. I didn't go into a 12-round slugfest and struggle to beat Klitschko. I come back and I fought my heart out and I got him out of there. That's what I'm about. And Fury, Tyson Fury, where you at, baby? Come on, is that what you want to see? Come on, we're here, man. I enjoy fighting. I love fighting. Tyson Fury, I know he's been talking a lot and he wants to come back and compete. I want to give 90,000 people another chance to witness a lovely night of boxing. I just want to fight everyone, man. I'm really enjoying this right now. Holyfield, Lennox, Roy Jones Jr., the icons and legends at ringside, you're all my inspirations. I watched all of you lot growing up. Roy Jones, what's it? Can't Be Touched, Mr. Unstoppable. I listened to all of that, man. You're my inspiration, man, honestly. Thank you for coming out to a beautiful night of boxing. Can I go home now? Can I go home now?
Thank you.
First and foremost, Cardiff, thank you for coming out this evening. Thank you. Secondly, Matchroom Sports, TAKAM, it was a pleasure. Listen, I come to fight. I don't sit on the edge and make decisions. As you can see, it was a good fight up until the ref stopped it. So up until then, I have the utmost respect for TAKAM for putting on a good show.
There was 1 or 2 boos at the stoppage. What did you make of the stoppage?
As I said, I have no interest of what's going on with the officials. That's not my job. My job is to worry about my opponent. I was watching him, I was trying to break him down round by round, and unfortunately, the ref stopped it before I think people want to see TAKAM unconscious on the floor. Am I right? Okay, so now I understand. And that's what I was trying to get to. 10 rounds, 11 rounds, 12 rounds, we was getting there. But as I said, I didn't have control over the ref decision. So we get the win, and now we're on to a positive 2018.
Let's talk about how tough in the second round. Talk us through your nose. Do you think that's a broken nose?
It feels it. But you know what? He's like, you know, like Holyfield, coming under, popping up. But this is a championship fighting, and imagine it broke, I couldn't breathe. You know, he started catching up in the later rounds. It would have been a massive disaster, so I had to keep my cool. And as I said, I've got a few months to heal it up. I'll go and see some good doctors to crack it back in place. And then we continue with training.
Was it bothering you at all, and was your stamina affected by it at all?
No. You have to control these situations, you know what I mean? Because if I showed any signs of weakness, the ref could have jumped in and done whatever, but I just kept my composure and continued the fight, as anyone else would do. That's what he tried to do, continue the fight, but the referee jumped in.
You mentioned 2018. What are your plans? We'll talk to Eddie Hearn later, but what are your plans? What do you want to do?
Get my nose cracked back in place, number one. But honestly, continue to grow the sport of boxing. And everyone knows where we're heading. What do people want? That's what I'm interested in.
Well, we know that Deontay Wilder is watching on Showtime tonight in the States. Is that a fight that you actively want to pursue?
It has to happen. It has to happen for sure. But I think it comes to a decision where you've got the IBO, the WBA, and the IBF belt, and they have mandatories. Providing I'm free, I can't fight Joe Bloggs from anywhere. I have to fight championship fighters, and these are fighters I have to compete with. That's how it goes. But what I was saying before is that now there's belts on the line, there's obligations as a champion. And once I fulfill these obligations, my door is open to any challenger, providing it's Wilder, providing it's X or X. It's no problem. That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, you want to keep hold of those belts. You won't be in a position where you will vacate.
So, like this situation, if I could have fought another heavyweight, it would have meant I had to vacate one of the belts. But everyone saw in my last fight how hard I had to work to get these, so I'm not just going to give them up for anyone. I want to fight, keep them, and move on. This is my dad, fresh from Nigeria. Yeah. I've got all my family here as well. So thank you all very much.
You spoke about bringing the big time fights back to the UK. Can you keep selling out stadiums here, or do you want to go global?
As I said, it's not my decision what happens outside of the ring, but what do people want? UK?
Give some names.
Okay. No. We've got London, Wales, Ireland, Scotland. Where else? Huh? Vegas? They say no Vegas. So I think people want to stay here. And it's a beautiful thing. Look what boxing's doing. People from different backgrounds, people flying in from different countries. It's bringing boxing back, it's uniting people. So let's continue to keep boxing growing in the UK. That's where I'm coming from. I'm not going to make an analysis of my own performance. That's for my coach to do. But my strategy in there was kind of stick behind the jab. It's one of the most important weapons. The old saying is the right hand can take you around the block, but a good jab will take you around the world. And that secured another world championship belt. So I stuck behind the jab and I made sure anything that was coming back, I was switched on, I was focused. And 12 rounds, baby. I thought it was hard, right?
How did you find the 12-round distance?
Light work. It's light. This is boxing. This is what we do. 10 rounds, 2 rounds, 12 rounds. You know, I know sometimes the bookies have it as he might knock him out in 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, but forget the hype. Joseph Parker is a world champion, so I knew he's going to be determined. So sometimes this does become a boxing match, not a fight. So I made sure, and as I said to you in the previous comments and interviews, this will be about boxing finesse. Joseph Parker stated this will be a war. I stated this will be boxing finesse, and I stuck to my word, and I controlled him behind the jab, the counter punches. And the main thing we cannot forget is I am the unified heavyweight champion of the world.
I was going to come to it later, but it feels like a good time to do it. Do you want to become undisputed heavyweight champion of the world?
100. 100.
You know what that means? You know what that means, though, don't you? That means that you would have to face WBC king Deontay Wilder.
You're asking me, do I want to become undisputed heavyweight champion of the world? IBO, WBO, IBF, WBA. 21 professional fights, 6 world championship fights. Does that not show you what route I'm going in? Forget the hype. I'm not into that. Everyone here knows me better than that. I'm not into the hype. I'm about business. So let's get the business done. And now I've got the time. If it takes my trainer, Eddie Hearn, sitting down and discussing plans with Al Heyman, Shirley, and seeing what the future holds, I'm down to ride for whatever, whenever.
So you want that fight with Deontay Wilder. We know that he's watching on our colleagues at Showtime tonight in the United States. So what would your message be to him?
Just like Dylan said, Wilder, let's go, baby! Let's go!
I can see Dylan White is laughing down there for everybody that's wondering.
He knows. On this side of the pond, we're serious. Do you know what I mean? UK, Great Britain boxing is on the map, and we are represented. Not just myself,
We've got all the undercard fighters, all the other heavyweight contenders, down to the lower weights. We are all representing. So you know we're dead serious and we're about our business. Alexander Povetkin is a very tough challenger. He proved that tonight with good left hooks, good counter punches. But I come in here to have fun, do what I've been working on in the gym, and give it my best. I realized he was strong to the head, but I know that he was weak to the body. So instead of jabbing to the head, I was just switching it up. And every jab takes a second of breath out of you, so it slows him down. It could have took 7, maybe 9, maybe 12 rounds to get him out of there, but the ultimate goal was to be victorious tonight.
How badly were you affected by the nose injury in the first round?
Yeah, these shorter guys, they're very good coming through the middle. But let's not worry about that. Tonight's out of the way. Let's figure out what's happening on April 13th. That's what we all want to know.
Okay, so the obvious question is, who do you want to fight on April 13th?
Let's ask the question. I haven't got no mandatories, right? There's no mandatory challenges. No one's going to spring up. We'll see about that, but providing there's no mandatory challenges, who do we want to fight here in April 13th? We'll put a poll out on Twitter. We're going to put a poll out on Twitter because anyone's welcome. As I said earlier, there's always some complications with negotiations, fair dues. But the sport is about what the fans want. Sometimes we have to face our mandatories, which I did tonight. And now that's out of the way, we'll put a poll out to the audience and see what they want April 13th, because it's you guys who make this sport.
A lot of people were hoping that it would have been Deontay Wilder in the ring tonight. Yeah. Can you shed on any light on why that fight didn't happen from your side?
We both done a lot of talking. Look, I'm not in the blame game. It was him, it was me, tit for tat. We both done a lot of talking, and I'm here now. I had a good fight. I got my knockout streak back. I found my right hand. It went missing for a little while. I found it, and it's lining up for April 13th.
You talked about pressure in the build-up, a lot of pressure that you put on yourself. Were you under pressure to put on that sort of performance tonight?
Let me get some water quickly. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure. There's no doubt about it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The whole country's rooting for us all, man. Not only me, David Price, Lawrence Okoli, Luke Campbell. Who else is on the undercard? Yeah, the whole country's rooting for boxing. You know, I'm a heavyweight, I'm a world champion, so they get behind us. If it was just about me, I'll just come in there and have fun, but the energy in here spurs you on, and I do feel that pressure, I'm not going to lie.
How hurt were you at the end of the first round? And are you showing that you are learning? A few years ago, maybe you wouldn't have won that fight tonight.
Yeah, a few years ago, maybe I wouldn't have won that fight, but that's credit to my coaching staff, nutritionists, management team, people who helped me in camp, security, just trying to make my life easier. It's about developing, you know. Sugar Ray Robinson lost. It shows you how tough this fight is, how tough this game is. I'm in it to win it. I'm in it to learn. Look, as I said, enough of the talking about my development. That's down to the team. But as I said, April 13th is what I'm really interested in. What's happening here in Wembley Stadium again.
Who do you think wins out of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury?
I'm not too fussed who wins, if I'm honest. I only concentrate on myself. But good luck to both of them. I wish them well. And may the champion bring himself to the UK, and let's have a good dust-up.
If that fight can't be made, would you be interested in going over old ground with your old friend DILLIAN White?
Where's Dylan? Where is he? He's somewhere amongst the crowd, but he's a serious fighter. That's all I want to fight, is serious challenges. We've got respect for each other, mutual respect, fighter to fighter. But when it comes down to competition, we're both beasts, we're both lions in the jungle. And the best man has to win. So if Dylan wants to fight here, he's more than welcome as well.
Can you still improve? Can you be better?
Yeah, 100%. But then again, the tougher the challenge, the harder the performance, the more you learn. So as I said to you earlier, 10 weeks ago, 12 weeks ago at the press conference, this is chapter 2. Remember when I said that at the press conference? And I meant it. So we're at a different level now, and I've got to find my feet again.
If I know you're not a betting man, but well, you are a betting man, but if you had to pick one name that you're going to face here on April 13th, who would it be?
Anyone. I don't want to talk no more about it. Do you know what I mean? There's no contract signed at the minute, so my number 1 would be Wilder, and then that's it. Look, that's it. Let me not talk about number 2, number 3. Wilder, that's it, yeah.
I'm going to let you go, but I just want to know if you want to say something to all the people that braved the rain. Wembley's a great omen for you, but a lot of people stayed out in the rain today.
Was the rain bad? Listen, I prayed and I prayed and I prayed for sunshine. Tonight was rainy, but we've had a brilliant summer. We've enjoyed it, and let's just have a great Christmas. It's coming to the end of the year. Let's finish the year on a high. Whatever everyone's doing tonight, be safe, and I'll see you here again in April.
Ooh, just in front of a good fighter. Boxing is a tough sport, but I train hard, I stay dedicated. And I just got beat by a good fighter tonight, and it'll be interesting to see how far he can go. So good luck to him, but I've got to bounce back. And this is all part of the story and the journey.
The fight changed in the third round. You had him down and you had him hurt, and then did you maybe get involved in a swing up that you didn't need to get involved in?
Fighter at heart, boxer by trade. Do you know what I mean? So, but look, he done well he had to do. Everyone's come out for a good night of boxing. It's got people talking, so more life to the heavyweight division.
Did you think you were going to come back into it though? You seemed to get your legs back under you, and then every time you threw, he seemed to just beat you to the counter maybe?
Well, you know when your legs are all over the gap, you're just trying to stabilise your mind, your whole body. It's the first time really like that in a heavyweight fight. The one with Klitschko, I was just tired, but he's a very grounded fighter. With me, they can't box with me, so they just look for big shots, so I've just got to work on being a bit more stronger on my base. But congratulations to the first ever heavyweight Mexican champion.
What about the ending? You were shaking your head there. Was it just a little bit of confusion? Now you've had a few minutes to think about it.
It's upsetting. My team, like, we put together a strong team. You know, White Sissoko, Okoli, Somali boxer, good bunch of team with 258 management, and I'm the first one to take a loss. But we bounce back.
Heard talk of a rematch. Will you exercise that straight away? Is that what you want to do? Just get straight back into the fire and rematch him straight away?
I've got to get that. Sorry about my language.
That's okay. Apologies. I know you're emotional.
That armory, that solid armory. But this is the risk we take, innit? But we'll bounce back. But congratulations to him. Do you know what I mean? Every fighter deserves respect. So congratulations to him.
Heard some talking commentary that he's a lovely guy. He's very disarming. Wanted a photo with you, wanted to shake your hand. Did he maybe just, I don't know, maybe diffuse you a little bit that you didn't have that fear factor?
No, I respect every fight. Once you're in there, it's like, it's guts and glory. But this is all part of like the legacy and the story. It's how strong I come back. But I look forward to seeing where I went wrong. But I'll bounce back in it. He's a champ for now. Just put that in mind. He's a champ for now. I shall return.
Anthony Joshua.
Yes, sir.
It's how you come back from defeat that defines you. You're a two-time heavyweight champion of the world. Please tell us how you're feeling right now.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank God. I want to say Bismillah. And then, next, I want to say, man, the first time was so nice, I had to do it twice.
Talk us through the game plan, talk us through the fight, and how you carried it out.
A man like me don't make no excuses. My boy Chisora said I can win this if I'm ready to DIE. And look, this is about boxing. I'm used to knocking guys out, you know what I'm saying? But last time I realized, hang on a minute, I hurt the man and I got caught coming in and I gave the man his credit. There was no excuses, right? But I said to myself, I'm gonna correct myself and come again. I respect Andy and his family, his trainers so much. I just wanted to put on a great boxing masterclass and also show the sweet science of this lovely sport. It's about hitting and not getting hit.
Physically, we can see the difference, lighter, faster, but mentally, was there a difference here, a change in mentality as well?
Never a change in mentality. You know the saying, stay hungry, stay humble. I'm hungry, I'm humble in defeat, and I'm gonna remain humble in victory. And I just wanna say thank you to Andrew Ruiz and his family. I wanna say thank you to everyone in Saudi Arabia. I wanna say thank you to all the traveling fans, all of my supporters, and I want to say thank you to God and thank you to Eddie Hearn, Barry Hearn, all my team, respect to Tom Hall, my mentor, Matchroom, Rob McCracken, Angel, Joby, Jamie, Chris, Gatman, Mark Ellison, Mike Loosemore, Rob Madden, man, Seltz, Henry, 258 Management. I don't know what to say, I can just keep on going on. Soapbox London, Sky Sports, The Zone, and everyone in this building, let's go!
How difficult is it to keep a cool head when someone like Andy Ruiz is marching you down over 12 rounds?
It's all about preparation. As I said, One day when I release a book, I'll talk through my career. Listen, careers are all about experience. There's no losing, there's no winning. It's just about creating great memories in this game that we all love. I took my L and I bounced back. Anyone can do it. Life is a roller coaster. What do you want me to do? Give up? I hear certain man saying, oh, I should retire, I should retire. Come on, man. We love this sport. Andy, are you ready to retire? Are you ready to retire? Exactly, he's a warrior.
Baby.
He wants to go again.
Fight.
Please respect us. This is what we love to do. I respect Andy.
Who wants to see the third fight?
So let's ask that question. It's 1-1. Let's talk about the future. Would you do it again?
Without a doubt. Listen, if you heard, we're gonna do it a third.